Hey there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Ling and I are here today to talk to you about a book series that I think is perfect for you to read this time of year. Now, it's really amazing and I think you'll love it any time of year. In fact, I'm probably going to revisit the series sometime in the spring or summer just because I loved it so much and it was super fun. But if you're looking for really great books to read that have to do with the fall or have to do with the winter, if you're looking for cozy romances, I am here to talk to you about this series. Now, this book series is actually super popular right now. It's getting a lot of buzz. So I want to tell you what I think the highlights are about this series, why I think you should read it, and whether or not it's for you. Maybe some of the things I'm describing might be something that you're like, no, I don't really like books like that, and that's fine too. But I just want to share with you what I think is so incredible about these books and why they're probably so popular. So the first book is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and these books are by Laurie Gilmore. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So this is book number 1. You can see the pretty little leaves, okay? Book number 1. Book number 2 is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. And book number 3, which just recently came out a couple weeks ago, The Christmas Tree Farm. So you can kind of tell, obviously, even in just the title of this, The Christmas Tree Farm. You can tell even just from the covers and, you know, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, these have a very, like, theme around them, right? Like, this one takes place in the fall. You're looking at the Christmas time for this one. And I didn't know anything about these books until back in, I believe it was early October. Might have even been late September. I was in the bookstore and there was this huge buzz around this table that had the second book, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and people were going crazy over it. And I asked one of the people that were working there, you know, what it was about, and they said that it was just a really popular book series. I think it blew up because of TikTok, right? So many series now are getting their popularity or notoriety from Book Talk, which I think is absolutely incredible. So of course I had to check it out immediately because I am completely susceptible to any kind of marketing that is talking about books that are buzzy, right? So I got the first 2. I dived into them immediately and completely fell head over heels in love. And then, like I said, this one just came out recently, and actually this one is my favorite of the bunch. There is also a 4th book coming out. I think there's going to be at least 5 total. But the 4th book is coming out this spring. So if you do read these and you love them, don't worry, there's more coming. But I know there's going to be at least 5, maybe more. Possibly, but definitely at least 5. So what are these books about? Why are they so exciting? Why is everybody reading them? Well, the first one, okay, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So these books take place in this little coastal town in the Northeast called Dream Harbor. And I would even hazard against to say that the most amazing character in these books is the town of Dream Harbor. I want to live there so badly. It's just this beautiful little town. There's a cute little map of the town on the inside of every book that shows all the different stores and all the different places. The mayor of this town is absolutely hilarious character. He has these dreams that he says are prophetic and then like makes these big proclamations because of it. But the first book is about this couple named Jeannie and Logan. Now, Jeannie has just moved to Dream Harbor. Her great aunt has gifted her cafe. And Jeannie has been working this desk job that she hates, and she's looking for a fresh start. So she moves here, takes over the cafe, even though she has no idea what she's doing, because she wants a fresh start. She wants to live in a place like this. She's just always done what she's told. She's always just kind of followed what her boss did and not really thought otherwise. And she's looking for a fresh start. So cue in a couple little problems, right? So she's worried about being able to keep the store going. She's worried about there are these sort of like slight vandalism things happening in the middle of the night, and she thinks there could be a ghost. So silly little things like that. And she comes... she meets this farmer, this local farmer named Logan, who is still kind of nursing a broken heart because he had this girlfriend that he proposed to a few years ago who kind of like said no, and he proposed in front of the whole town, and everybody witnessed this humiliation. And I'm still feeling secondhand embarrassment and anxiety from that situation. Poor Logan. So he does not want to get involved with anybody, but he keeps getting roped into Jeannie's schemes. And of course, this town is filled with gossips, but like in a good, cute way, like not malicious gossips. Like everybody is in everybody's business, but everybody also like really cares about each other, and it's just really super sweet. So of course, this like attraction starts to build between Jeannie and Logan, and you know, you're just wondering like, oh my gosh, is she going to be able to win him over? You know, is she going to be able to help heal his heart? And so on and so forth, all while trying to make this cafe work and run well, and you know, start her dream of, you know, becoming her own independent person in this new start in this place, Dream Harbor. So I was sold immediately in reading this book. This book is not very long. It's a little bit more than 300 pages, but not super far past that. It's cozy. It's a sweet, cozy read. It's primarily a romance book, but there's a couple little mysteries in there too. Particularly like the ghost that she's hearing, or, you know, the noise that she's hearing at night. But it is primarily a romance. Now, I will also say that the books definitely have a spice factor to them. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think they actually grow in spiciness with each consecutive book. So this one does have some spicy scenes in it for sure. I actually think the spiciest one in the series so far is the Christmas one, which also happens to be my favorite one. I'm not saying it's because of that reason. I'm also not saying it's not because of that reason, but no, this book is absolutely wonderful. So let me just give you a little answer this other question you might be wondering is, can I read them out of order? Do you have to read them in order? So I would say to that, yes and no. I would absolutely read this one first, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is book number 1. I would definitely read this first because it sets up Dream Harbor. It sets up the people in the town. You get to know a lot of the characters and, you know, and stuff like that. But after that, if you want to jump right into the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore or the Christmas Tree Farm, I think you could go to either one. I actually wish I had read the Christmas Tree Farm before I read this one. And the only reason why is because the main character, one of the main characters in the Christmas Tree Farm, Bennett, is Jeannie's brother in here. And I think it would have been really cool to go from one to the other. But really, it doesn't matter. You can read them the way they were meant to be, 1, 2, 3, or you can read them out of order, as long as you're starting with the first book. Because like I said, it gives you basically a big overview of Dream Harbor and all the characters. Now, that being said, this is not like a rocket science series, right? You could probably just start with the Christmas one if you wanted, and it's you know, there's not a lot of deep things going on here other than some really great character development. But these books are basically just really sweet, fun, cozy, spicy series if you're looking to relax this season, right? Now, going back into the Christmas one real quick. So the Christmas Tree Farm features this woman named Kira, who is the grumpiest, most anti-Christmas person I've ever met, who bought this Christmas Tree Farm because she is looking for a new start, and she has no idea what she's doing. She comes from this sort of pampered background, doesn't know anything about what she's doing, and is sort of over her head. Bennett, who, like I said, is Jeannie's brother, is up for a visit in Dream Harbor, and they cross paths, and Bennett is always really wanting to help people. He's got this it's like this need in him. He wants to take care of people. So he is drawn to Kira immediately, even though she is consistently pushing him away. So if you like the trope of the grump and sunshine, if that's one of your favorite tropes, which it's definitely one of mine, this book right here, absolutely adorable. And I love that they kind of switched it up, because usually when you're talking about that trope and it's a grump/sunshine, you've got a grumpy person and a sunshine person. Usually the grumpy person is the guy and the sunshine person is the girl. But it's the opposite in that, which I thought was really great. So, all 3 of these books are absolutely wonderful. I can totally understand why they're getting so much buzz and why they're getting so much hype. Are they the best written books I've ever read? No. They're not even the best written romance books I've ever read. But I really, really love them, and they have a special place in my heart now because they're just fun seasonal reads that really you can just enjoy any time of year, that are very sweet. The characters are super funny. I love everybody in this town, and it's one of those books where you're introduced to a lot of people in town in the first book, and I think in the books, the upcoming books, we're going to see more and more of those characters, which is really awesome. So highly recommend it if you're looking for a really fun, cozy, sexy series to read. It's got some romance, got a little bit of mystery and fun in it. Give this series a shot, and make sure, like I said, you start with the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that these books sound really awesome, and that if you haven't heard of them before, maybe you're interested in giving them a try, or if you have heard of them and now you're going to be really hyped to read them. If so, please feel free to come get them from Farmington Community Library. And thank you so very much for watching, friends, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.